Out with the old and in with the new is not a phrase used by many current designers. Repurposing old buildings with the latest trends while keeping city heritage alive is the way Waterloo Region likes to do it. Spoke TV's Brandon Hardy has more.
From old technology to new, companies all around Waterloo Region are developing high-tech modern spaces out of old historic buildings. This trend has evolved over the past several years, and companies like Quarry are using these spaces to their fullest potential.
Buildings like this kind of retain that sort of fabric of what it has meant. I mean, this building has had centuries of different kinds of commerce in it, and so we thought it was very, very important to sort of be part of that.
Some of these buildings are home to old iconic factories such as the Felt Factory in St. Jacobs. Once housing industrial technology of the 1800s, Quarry now houses new technology of the 21st century.
It started as a felt factory, was kind of unique, and then it's gone into a glue factory. It's been a industrial center. So now it's kind of returned back to some of its roots with some brand new technology up in the Felt Lab.
The Felt Lab, an initiative between Quarry, Christie Digital, and REAP, was established to create a space for the REAP initiative to host a living lab focused on advancing business ideas for interactive digital display. Some say the refurbished environment helps foster creativity within the business.
This building has a tremendous story, and we're in the business of building brand stories, so I think it helps our team every time we come into the building.
Refurbishing old buildings around the region has become more popular within the community, and this is a trend that will see a dramatic increase of interest within the coming future. For Spoke TV, I'm Brandon Hardy.
The Walk Safe program offered at Conestoga College provides staff, students, and visitors with a member of the security department to escort them to their car or residence upon request. Spoke TV's Farah Love goes strolling for information.
Walking alone during the day and, more importantly, in the dark can put on-foot commuters' safety at risk. So how can walkers stay safe when leaving the campus alone? Walk Safe is a program run through Conestoga College's security services in order to keep these on-foot commuters safe. Barbie Coles, the security supervisor, discusses how the program works.
Our WalkSafe staff can provide escorts to the residents, their vehicles, or homes nearby.
The service started in September, however, wasn't as popular as planned, with most students having no knowledge of the service.
If they advertised it more, if I saw more posters or something, you know what I mean? I haven't heard of it too much. I've heard a little bit of it, but yeah, if you guys could advertise it more, then I'd definitely be using it more.
Walk Safe student Jake discusses how this view has changed.
And last year it seemed to be about the first month we only had one or two. So I think people understand that we're available and are actually taking us up on it.
The Walk Safe program runs from 6:45 p.m. to 10:45 p.m. Monday through Thursday. But what about those students wishing to use the service before or after the designated time? David is just one of many students who would take advantage of the service if a few minor changes were made.
I have staying is at 5 o'clock, and I usually have a friend drive me home. And even if I can't do that, I'll spend the $3 just to take the bus for that short walk, since the shuttle stops at 4 o'clock. So it's really kind of inconvenient since most classes go up to 6.
Walk Safe services end in April as full-time courses come to an end, but some important tips for on-foot commuters are to be aware of their surroundings. Do not walk with loud music or headphones in, and always be conscious of your surroundings. For Spoke TV, I'm Farah Lev.
With such a vast variety of cultures, the Italian-Canadian Club of Guelph has an annual festival to showcase different cultural fashions from around the world. Hujat Dahi slips into this event.
The Italian-Canadian Club of Guelph is doing a fashion show every year to raise money for Canada's multiculturalism programs in Guelph.
Today we're hosting one of our annual fundraising events to support our Guelph Industry Multicultural Festival that's held every year. This year our festival is going to be held at the Riverside Park on June 7th, 8th and 9th. Basically this fashion show is a way for us to raise awareness as well as to raise more money to help us eventually with the festival. The basic premise of the festival is that we rely on volunteers and community members to participate in showcasing some of the different cultural costumes from all over the world.
The fashion show included traditional clothing from many countries such as Afghanistan, Austria, Denmark, Philippines, Japan, China, India, and many more. The Liberal member of the Parliament, Frank Valeria, tells us more.
We're having a ball. There's a lot of familiar faces and a lot of new faces. Some great pasta, of course, down at the Italian Club. It's always a wonderful event. This is the 26th year of the festival, and many, many years of celebrating at the Italian Club to raise money.
It's a great event that's held every year to raise money to increase Canada's multiculturalism. For Spoke TV, I'm Hujjat Dahi.
3D technology is an evolving trend that is sweeping the nation. With constant improvements and upgrades, many people wonder how this technology works. Since this is something you have to see to believe, Spoke TV's Stephen Ward takes a peek and fills us in.
3D technology has captured audiences across the world, at movie theaters, and even in their homes. But where does the technology go from here, and how does it work? In order to understand 3D technology, we need to first find out how the brain processes the information that we see. At the University of Waterloo Center for Neuroscience, we spoke with Dr. James Berkstra. He explains.
Like faculty of sight is a really complicated process. When you look around, you have two eyes and you have retinas in each eye that's kind of like a digital camera. Like it picks up light that's arriving in a kind of like spatial way. And then that light gets relayed sort of through your mid part of your brain into the back of the head where the visual cortex is. And from there it kind of gets processed in different ways by different parts of the brain. And it kind of stays like an image, but the image gets changed as it goes and gets filtered through the different brain areas.
So what we see goes into our brain in multiple locations before all ending up at the visual cortex to provide us with the images we see. So that's how the brain works. Now what about 3D? How does it work? Better yet, what's it being used for in today's world, other than entertaining us at our local theaters? In downtown Kitchener, at Communitech, we met with Jeff Botham, the Vice President of Reality Cave. He is a leader in 3D technology and provides 3D viewings of products, designs, and architecture. He and Sarah Hummel filled us in with some key details about the technology and how it's being applied in different industries.
Sure. What I have here is a set of 3D glasses, so as I put these on, it's going to actually change the perspective of the camera, so you'll see the actual motion as they're tracked in space, so they're actually allow you to move about and navigate within the environment. I've also got a joystick that allows us to navigate within the environment, so I can actually spin the bridge a little bit behind me, and it'll allow that background to physically change as we go through, so I can actually physically rotate some of the background and actually navigate within the environment. So I'm going to just take us straight down the bridge, and it allows us to navigate within the environment. Yeah, we're working with the City of Kitchener on the Innovation District. So the building we're in here, the tannery, it was one of the original buildings that was redesigned. It's part of the urban renewal projects that are going on with the City of Kitchener, and we're helping them to model their entire downtown district in 3D, so it'll be available to promote Kitchener as a destination for business and industry.
So 3D seems to be revolutionizing the architecture and design industry, giving the designers the chance to view their work before it's even created. The ability allows them to make changes by changing a bit or adding a bit of code to the program. This is saving time and millions of dollars. The Reality Cave is helping lead the way. They have plans to continue to update their software to do more for architects and designers, and maybe even gaming software that could be played at arcades. 3D is a wonderful and fun, amazing technology that has the ability to entertain us, at the same time help many people with their everyday lives. For Spoke TV, I'm Stephen Ward.
That's all we have for you this week. For Spoke TV, I'm Mike Selish.
And I'm Stephanie Snedden. For more campus news, visit spokeonline.com.